Peter, I'm Tony Chiappetta of Chiappetta Shoes. I think you well know that at this point. This is a customer testimonial. Pete came in a couple weeks ago, and he's been doing orthotics with us for 2.5 years now?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah, and I saw him a couple weeks ago. I said, "Where'd you go?" I was amazed at your journey through life, and you know, I had to do something about it. I had to show other people, because it was inspiring to me to see where you've come. So I'll let you introduce yourself, and we'll get into it.
Peter Ritacca, just a customer here for almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
At Chiappetta's, and it's been a great experience.
Awesome. Well, we like to hear that. Thinking about what you were dealing with when you came in, what were some of the reasons that you came in? How'd you hear about us? What were the things you were dealing with at the time?
Well, about 2.5 years ago, roughly, like before I came in, I experienced foot pain. Being at that time a stocker and an inventory person, I was on my feet all day long, massive amounts of pain. I was taking 6 days to leave a day just to maybe get through the day, and by the time I got to that point, it wasn't even knocking the edge off. So I had a friend that I worked with, his name is Chris Preston. He recommended you guys to me. He said he got some builds, and it was the Custom Orthotics, and it was great. So I decided, yeah, I gotta give it a try, because I can't just continue like this. You can barely walk after a break or lunch. Your feet just go.
Well, leading up to that point, thinking about where you were at, with what you tried in the past, thinking about our custom orthotics, it's not a cheap expenditure. It's a purchase that you really have to think through. We don't work with insurance companies, so oftentimes it's out of pocket. We do the HSA stuff, but it's a purchase decision. We want to keep it that way, because you get into the whole medical thing. You're free now, but I send you a bill for $2,000 down the road. I'm not going to do that to people. But what were some of the things? Did you try over-the-counter inserts? I can't remember what type of shoes you were wearing before. Was footwear a part of your thought process back then?
Yeah, definitely. Not as much, so to say, now, but I did try Dr. Scholl's and stuff like that for a little while. They worked for a couple of weeks, and then nothing, even then they really didn't do much for you. I was told that they can be pretty, the custom orthotics can be pretty pricey, and they are. But if you're somebody who suffers from foot pain and that's a big part of your job, you got to think about the long-term investment of it all, and that is well worth it. I probably have sent at least 5 customers in to get custom orthotics.
We appreciate every single one. Thinking about the pain, I like to say I've never seen everything. I've been doing this since I was a kid. And the beauty of Pit Orthics and the type of work that we do, not only just helping people, but actually making the orthotics in the back, is that we can never say we've seen everything. And thinking about the problems that you were dealing with, your type of foot, you have an arch, but it's pretty flexible. So you put a lot of kind of torque and strain on your shoes. At that time too, talking about weight was an issue as well. And that's one of the reasons that, when I saw you last time, I said, wow, you really had an amazing transformation. And just thinking about, where you were at before to now, the orthotics helped out. I think you had mentioned that you were taking, the painkillers.
Yeah.
And what was the timeline between wearing the orthotics and the transition to getting into kind of a better normal routine?
So as far as the orthotics go, I probably say within 2 weeks, I wasn't taking any leave.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So
it was like, because there's a burn-in period with, anything, new shoe on top of new orthotics, So yeah, it was about 2 weeks and done. Haven't touched them since, and that's been Oh, 2.5 years minus 2 weeks.
Your kidneys and liver are probably pretty happy
Oh
about
yeah,
that too.
I'm pretty sure on that.
Yeah.
No doubt. The other thing was, and this was a combination of a job change as well, is I went from stocking to being an online grocery shopper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the weight loss came from, that and the fact that I didn't have any pain. So I had no limits on, other than my weight,
Right.
what I could do.
Yeah.
So, and when I started online grocery shopping, I was 325 pounds and was walking, 4 to 7 miles a day. And that was back in April 2020.
Okay.
And it's October 20-something, 26, 27? And I'm down to 126.
It's amazing.
And I'm doing 15 miles a day.
That's the most incredible thing to me, because I mean we help a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Weight is always one of those subjects that it's a tough subject with anybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's, I'm not a physical therapist. My focus is biomechanics with the feet. How can we help the body perform better? And I was blown away with how you got through that, and hearing about how you did it. It was getting your body right with the right structure, the footwear and the inserts, and then being able to move as much as you did. Now, if I remember correctly too, knees were a little bit of an issue
Yes.
when we first started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it the hips?
No knee.
Knee, yeah. 2 weeks, you're not taking any painkillers. For the rest of the body, that weight loss was pretty drastic and a big transformation, but how did the rest of the body feel as you were going along?
I mean, better. It's one of those things where you don't really notice it until until you get there, and then you kind of realize, the knee is still an issue, but that was from football.
Okay.
So that's always going to be an issue, especially, weather changes.
Yep.
But everything else has been great. No foot, no ankle. The main thing for me is the energy and endurance that I got from doing this. I mean, it's just, I can't state it enough. Like, I can go to work and do the 15 miles, like you say, and as I do. And I'll come home and I'll have my niece and nephew there, and they'll want to go outside, and here I'll be running sprints up and down the driveway chasing my nephew, which has now become a thing where we literally race each other.
That's cool.
So, I mean, back, when I was in pain, absolutely not. I could barely walk.
Right.
320 pounds, I ain't running anywhere.
Yeah, well.
Maybe the refrigerator, that's
Right.
about it.
Yeah, it's our idea of comfort, and I like to say this a lot when it comes to just managing expectations, is our idea of comfort is really just not have limitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just be able to go, and then you walk 15 miles at work, you're gonna be tired, but
Oh yeah.
if you can realize, your daily life without limiting pain, that's really what we shoot for. So again, I appreciate this. Thinking about the orthotics, just the product itself, the orthotics itself, what is your perception of the quality of them? You didn't have any other custom orthotics. We get a lot of people at, they'll have bags of custom orthotics, and it's just a bunch of junk. Think about the quality of the orthotic. What do you think about when you pull it out of your shoes and you're checking it out? How is that?
What I think about is how in the heck have they lasted? Seriously, because like you think about it and do the math. I do about over 80 miles a week. Now times that by 4. Now you're up to 320. I've done that for now a year and a half. And that's just that job. That's not counting the stocking, which I never paid any attention to. That's
Right.
another year of 8 hours on your feet every day. So, I mean, the amount of miles I put on them is a ton.
Mm-hmm.
A ton.
Yeah, and the last time you were in, we had to do a little rework, and we like to say every 6 months, drop in, just make sure everything looks okay. We stand behind our 3-year guarantee. We build them to last 5 to 7 years. It's kind of our timeline when we're selecting the materials and stuff. You definitely had a little bit of a unique situation with your process, but I'm happy that things are still going well, I think. You know, overall, thinking about the orthotics, your journey, you know, you had a lot of different pieces to the puzzle. How did Chiappetta Shoes' orthotics perform for you, and to be able to get you to the point where you're at now, you know, considering everything that you had at your disposal? You go to a foot doctor, you got chiropractors, you got physical therapists, you chose us. You know, how do you feel we have done for you over that time period?
Oh, Chiappetta's has been amazing. Like I said, I would not be where I'm at right now without the custom orthotic inserts. No way. I probably would be seeing a doctor for stomach issues, if anything, considering the amount of, you know, Tylenol/Aleve I was on, or it was life-changing in essence, because I would not be where I'm at right now. Not a chance.
I'm happy that I could have helped you out with that. And it's one of those things, you know, I'm here every single day just kind of doing my thing, and it's cool to be able to just participate with somebody's journey that what you've been through is really amazing. So
a bit of a loaded answer, but if I could put it in the best way, life-changing pain relief.
Sounds good to me. I'll take it.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy and thankful. I'm grateful to be able to participate with you, and I'll be here for hopefully the rest of my life to keep you through that and keep you going. So. And
I will be here every 6 months, pretty much like. Well, actually, I think I can almost every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
The amount of miles I put on,
easy. So, Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. This is a wrap.